What's up, everybody? Rob Nakamura here with the High Chief, Zac Pauga. Together, we're fully hydrated and glad to be back with you for another week, my dude, talking all things combat sports related. Got a lot of things to talk about, like we've had recently, just like news after news after news. But we don't break tradition. We're going to do our very first and favorite thing, the UFC pump and dump, where we look back at the most recent UFC event and give some love, maybe give some hate, give some admonishment at the very least. We don't know what each other's picking. Zach gets to pick if we're pumping or dumping her first. So what are we doing, bro?
I'm pumping, and this is such an exciting pump for me because it's King Green. I'll use his name. I'll use his new name, King Green. Like, what else can you say? They're trying to say we know they're trying to serve you up. They're trying to serve him up. 39 years old. He was like plus 400 or something against the hot young prospect in Mexico. And he's just walking at him, hands down, doing his thing, and finishes him, knocks him out. Like, amazing performance. Like, not just the win, but how he won. Amazing.
Yeah. If you look at this card right here, there's multiple scenarios of the old lion versus young lion setup, which is the UFC's format now. Like, they're committed to the sacrifice of the older guy to the new blood and trying to get over, using a pro wrestling term there on that one. Good one. I'm not calling him King. I'm calling him Bobby.
I called him Bobby on X, and people got mad. People were like, "That's King Green." I go, his name's Bobby. When I met him, he said, "Hey, my name's Bobby."
Hey, that's what it is. Exactly. When you met in real life, it's Bobby, and that's the way it stays for me too. Yeah, I had somebody goes like, well, that's what he wants to be called. I want to be called the ruler of Earth. You're gonna call me the ruler of Earth? No. But anyways, yeah, good for him, breaking the narrative, breaking the story, not doing what was supposed to be done in that scenario. Good for him. Good pump. I'm with you on that. I can support that. I'm gonna break the rules, and I'm gonna go off the rails here, and I'm gonna pump the entire Combate Global alumni list. My beloved Combate Global had 8 fighters on the card. 2 of them fought each other, so I don't even think that should count. Like, that law shouldn't count because you have 2 of them going against each other. Only Zellhuber, who was on the opposite side of this Bobby Green pump, dropped the ball, if you will. Everybody else showed up, did their thing, did really well. We had some people on short notice. It was awesome, man. It was a great time for all those fighters, and I'm glad to see it all. I know I'm supposed to pick one person to give a pump, so I'll do it the right way this time. I'm gonna a goofball out of me. I'm gonna go for the low-hanging fruit. Loney Kavanaugh. By the way, Loney with an R, British people, English people. You don't even know English or what? Like, there's an R sound.
He's Irish, isn't he? People in the he's not Irish?
He's English and Chinese. His mom's from Hong Kong.
Okay, so English. Okay.
Yeah. And apparently no English on the spelling, whatever. But dude, talk about catching the alley-oop pass and dunking it. Like, he literally got served an opportunity. Maybe not how you'd want it to happen, but like, hey, jump the ladder, fight a former world champion, be the spoiler, do all this stuff, and he nailed it. The young man nailed it. And I hate to say I was right last week when we made picks. I said, at this age, you look old overnight. You look bad fast in that weight class. And Brandon looked bad real quick. And I'm not even going to dog. I'm just going to put the love on Kavanaugh. Great job, dude. Like, well, that's how you seize an opportunity. People take notes. That's how you do it.
So Azur says he's Irish and Chinese. The Irish language, the Irish language is so crazy. I played rugby with a bunch of Irish guys that like didn't speak English. They only spoke Celtic, whatever their language is called, and it's insane. Like Loner spelling Lone, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. And thanks for that assist there. The flag that they had on him, throughout the broadcast was the English flag.
So yeah, he might be he's probably from North Ireland, right? That's part of the UK. But so what I was gonna say, two things. You called out all the Combate people, and Lone being from Cage Warriors. Like, I don't know if people really know this and really get this. When those international like shows, these champions, these people fighting on Cage Warriors and Kabate, like skill wise, those are UFC level fights. Like when you're fighting in Cage Warriors, you're fighting UFC guys. They're just not called UFC guys. I had 2 fights on Cage Warriors. It's the level of those cards are so high. Look at all the Ian Gary, like look at all the crazy Cage Warrior champions that we have in Kabate as well. They're such high level promotions. They just don't have the clout basically of being the UFC. Those cards truly are like higher. They're more fun to watch and interesting than something like PFL and Bellator used to be. But that's a different subject.
That's another time. That's an argument for another time.
But specifically about loading, we so often on this very show like call guys out for taking bad fights. Say this is a bad fight. Why would you do this? Why would you take this? This is why. Because you could change your whole life, right? He probably made 15 and 15 for that fight. But he won, and then was probably on a 3-fight deal, and now he's going to renegotiate today and probably for a lot more.
Oh yeah, what did the kid say? He got the bag. Like that's what he did, and good for him. Good to see. I love Brandon. I didn't want to see him kind of go out like that, like at home in front of your people. That's the hardest loss, in my opinion, to take. With all the pressure.
He looked, and I'm not hating on him. He's not my dump, but especially at 125, it goes, man. It goes fast. He looked like a completely different fighter.
Folks, thank you for joining us. All the people who join us nice and early. If you're dropping comments on X, Elon doesn't know what he's doing, so some of the features are not all the way there. If you want your comments to be shared on with us here on screen, go to the YouTube. Do it, and we'll go back and check the comments in the X and the Instagram because I know we're all over the place. We'll try to keep those comments and thoughts at the end, but we want to hear you. So if you want to jump in with us, like while we're flowing, jump over to the YouTube channel and drop your comments there. So with that being said, Mr. Pauga, what are we doing for the dump?
So my dump it's like deja vu. I'm going to say the exact same thing from the last time he fought, and it's the exact same thing, and it's for the exact same reason. And hear me out. This whole thing. Hear me out. Everything that I'm going to say. My dump is Chito Vera. My dump is Chito Vera, not because he lost. Right. I've lost fights. Chito has unarguably had a much better career than I have had. Right, has been to the highest of highs, fought for world titles. I'm not saying Chito Vera, you lost, you suck. That's not the case here. It's that he has, in like the last 5 years, he's had 1 win, and every single loss has been him doing the exact same thing. He's you can't knock him out. You're not going to knock out Chito Vera, but he's just going to walk straight. He's going to walk straight at you and wait till the last round to throw some power punches. And that's it. And that's it. And everyone has figured out, oh, if I can go left or right and stick and move on this dude, I get to win the fight. And that's the issue. That's the issue is like, dude, can we try something else? Can you try? There's been no evolution to his game, fighting at the highest level. He's fighting guys at the highest level, and there's been no evolution. Like I said, I don't care if you win or lose. I care that you're trying to be better, trying to be a different fighter.
I'm not even going to try to defend him, but I think he really falls into the cliche of old dog, new tricks. No, it's not happening. He is who he is. I mean, he's been fighting in the league 10 years, a little longer.
When did he knock? He knocked out Dominic Cruz in like 2021. Like kids have gone through an entire high school career and not seen Cheeto Vera win a fight, right? They've got freshman and then graduated, and they're like, "Who's this Cheeto guy that keeps being on the UFC fights, being in main events?"
Man, that's a good dump. That's a damn good dump. Makes mine seem petty.
Those are the best kind of dumps.
Mine, I'm gonna go once again. I'm picking on the wounded animal here. Okay, in my heart, I have so much respect for him, and I genuinely wish he would win, but he doesn't. And I'm talking about Chris Moutinho. Some guys are just C+ people, and I'm sorry, and I don't mean any disrespect by that, but he kills it on the regional scene. He can mess people up on the regional scene. He obviously puts in work. He has some skill, but once upon a time, the UFC level meant something, and for some reason, he is not it. He just is not it. And as much as I want him to be, it breaks my heart actually to see his expression on his face. Like, I really wish him the best in life. I hope he has other things he wants to do besides being the UFC, because it just ain't happening for that guy. Like,
so I gave him a shout out when they brought him back. When they brought him back, he was on my like banger alert. Chris Moutinho, guys, like tune in, bring him back. And now like at this point, I'm like getting salty. I'm like, you guys cut me after 2 losses. Like, what's happening? This guy hasn't won. I've won a UFC fight at least. He hasn't won a single UFC fight. He's just dumping them all, and they're keeping him around.
I don't know. I don't know what's the upside of that. And not like we're wishing, folks, we're not wishing anybody to get cut. Like that, just make that be nice and clear.
Absolutely not.
But if I'm being real, and this is what this show's all about, being real, he's just not the level.
So that is the point. That's the point right there. Being in the UFC means something. It's the top of the heap. It is the best of the best, right? If you're not the best of the best, that's not a slight against you. Saying that you're not the best in the world is not a negative thing to say about something, but that means you don't get to be in the UFC. Like, that's just what it means.
That's exactly right. Now, this is kind of just going into a weird honorary pump. I'm breaking all the rules today, Zach. You can tell my theme. I'm just breaking rules.
Yeah. We're live now. We just do whatever.
We just do whatever. So a lot of pro wrestling has rubbed off into the UFC, from people playing gimmicks or roles or whatever. Obviously, you can't do GARM. You can't do your outfit because there's a uniform. But there's another part of the pro wrestling game that needs to be brought into the game. Shout out Oblique Anto for bringing this to my attention. But cool taunts. So shout out Aylin Perez. I had a great time with you in Miami. Shout out Arturo Vergara, who was in a corner. Homies, love them. But cool taunts. This is what we need. This is the next level of integration of entertainment into the sport, where it's still real. I mean, when you're styling on someone, so when you know you have the scorecards in your pocket, you can just belly down, look like you're watching TV. That is what the new era of fighting is all about, and I love it. So pump to her taunt.
Oh, that's yeah, absolutely. I love that. That is doing that in the fight, right, or even right after the fight, is so much better than the like fake heel thing that people have been trying. Like that takes skill, it takes ability. She's a good dancer, right? She was at first she twerks after every fight. That's her like thing, and I'm like, oh, like there's a lot of girls that know how to twerk. This last time when she like splayed out, did it, I'm like, oh no, she is She is a professional. I don't know her background. But I know that you don't just know how to do that randomly.
Shout out Vanessa Demopoulos, the first one to throw it down like that and go, what? All right. Real quick, we're gonna jump into, we don't do predictions here very much. That's not our gig. There's like 10,000 other shows that do that. We're just gonna do the main event prediction here.
I want to say one thing while we're talking about this. While we're talking about this, I just saw that like Derek Brunson is like charging people for picks and stuff like that. Guy, like watch pick shows. Watch pick shows to collect data. Don't pay people for inside information. Because it's one of two things. Either they don't really know more than you do, or B, you're breaking the law. Like that's it. Don't pay Derek. I hope you make $1 million. Don't pay Derek Brunson for picks. Okay, guys.
Yeah, no real shit. If he does have inside information that he's giving you, it's a crime. You want the FBI up your ass? No, you don't. So, or he's lying, which either way you're getting screwed. So just leave that alone. Do your own analysis. Where's the fun? I mean, honestly, I know picking fights accurately, especially with trying to make a parlay, is impossible, and this is going off tangent here, but it's a 50-50. You have a hard time flipping a coin, deciding heads or tails. Like, shit, have fun with it. There we go. All right. What is not a heads or tails? This is the most lopsided, biased question we've probably had on our live show. You're going to have two Polynesians deciding who's going to pick, what side we're going to pick on the main event. It's pretty damn obvious, but I'm just going to go, Zach, who are you picking?
So I would like, to be funny, I would pick Charles Oliveira. To be funny, and this I'm so excited for this fight. This is going to be a badass fight. But I couldn't even joke about this. Can't even joke about this. Max Holloway is my favorite fighter. He is my favorite fighter. He's the best. He's the Polynesian, other than BJ, right? That's reached the tippy top. Him and BJ, number one and 1A. Max blessed Holloway all the way.
That's it. Well, you're not going to catch me jumping on Team Brazil, which, by the way, I just want to say I love Charles Oliveira, and I'm really sorry he's going to have to get his face wrecked and his career ended this weekend. Sorry, bud. You chose this contract against our guy. That's your problem, not ours. But other than that, I love you, Charles. But my pick, the best is blessed. The best is blessed. Just, it's end of story, bro. I don't even know why it's up for discussion. Thinking he's going to get subbed. Yeah, right. All right. So we have other things to talk about. So much other things to talk about. I almost don't know where to start, but I guess let's start with you and a fight that connects to you. Dirty Boxing, because we do everything combat sports here. Dirty Boxing announcing their interim heavyweight title. Their original title holder is in hot legal trouble and not gonna get out of it anytime soon. So there's that. Zach fought this guy, had fight of the night. In my opinion, he won the fight. You guys go watch it. Go watch DBX. It's on YouTube. You're on YouTube right now. Go watch it. Number one, not the pre-show one that wasn't labeled number one, but the real number one. Zach was there doing his thing, kicking ass. Judge the score. Judge it and leave the comments. Judge the fight and leave a comment, see how you would have went. But anyways, enough of me going off about that. Rob Perez going up for the title. Let's see. I'm still pretty new at this, so I gotta find the screen that nope, wrong one. Nope, not that one either. Come on, Rob. Third try. There we go. I finally got it. Here we go. Post from DBX. We got the title going down. Rob, you know, what can I say? I can't hate on another Rob too bad. He's a wild character, but you are scheduled to fight on the card. I know we can't talk too much about your fight right now at this time, but I do want to ask you a question, my dude, because this leads into a comment that was made. See Rob's face. Everybody look real close to that tattoo on his face. You know, got as close as any other man would get. And I'm going to propose the question here that was on the internet. what the actual fuck is that face tattoo supposed to be? And I can't tell. You were there, so what is it, dude?
So it's either new, or like, I don't think he had it when I fought him. I don't remember. I 100% do not remember that tattoo on his face. I don't know what it is. His nickname's the Wolf. I don't know if it's supposed to be a wolf or what.
It is bad. If that is I am the worst artist on the planet. I can barely make shapes, dude. Yeah. I could do a better job than that. That is
these tattoos are rough too. I don't know if you guys know about tattoos, right? I'm a tattooed guy. Like face and finger tattoos they don't stick, right? The skin on your face and your fingers is different. They don't look the same. Don't get a face tattoo.
Don't get a face. Yeah, you're not Mike Tyson. Let it go. You're not that guy. But I just want to announce to everybody watching here, Zac will be on that card getting down. He's obviously in the heavyweight division. Cheer him on. Support him when that fight comes around. Just wanted to give that early heads up to that fight, because why not? Why not, right? Like, bro's right here going to be fighting in it. Why not? All right. So we got so much to talk. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Okay, let's start with something else you were a part of. This makes it easy. I'm just going to relate it all to you as long as I can run.
Perfect. There we go.
The new Ultimate Fighter was announced. The weight classes announced as well. And let's see, from Nolan King, like one of the most knowledgeable dudes around, sharing that there will be tough number 34, bantamweights, men's bantamweight, and women's strawweight. I just want to say, like, a couple things. Mainly, those are not the weight classes that need help. There's no shortage of men bantamweights and women's strawweights.
Women's strawweight could probably use some help, but bantamweight 100 bantamweight might be the deepest division in the UFC.
Makes no sense to me. Like, you know what divisions need some help? I'm gonna get some shit for this. The men's weight classes, middleweight and up, bro. Like us full size guys, that shit needs help. Very, very thin.
So two things as the resident tough expert here. Number one, it matters who the coaches are, right? Because they won't have someone coach their own weight class. You don't coach people that you might fight in the future. They just do that. I'm not sure why, or I do know why. They don't want you to they want the coaches to give their all and create a relationship with the fighters. So that's one thing. Number two, right? I can actually say this because I overheard this. This wasn't information told to me, so no one's going to get me in trouble, at least. But a year from now, tough. What one was this? 34? Tough 35. Tough 35 is going to be heavyweight, and they're they want Gable Stevenson on it. I'm blowing it up. Dana's going to get mad at me, guys, but that's what they're trying to set up. Gable's going to go on a run, be 6-0, 7-0 by next March, go on tough, and win that and get in the UFC that way.
I'm just so, what's the word? I'm out of the tough business, dude. I love it for the nostalgia. I love it because of you. But
I hope because it's on Paramount Plus. I got my royalty check yesterday. I got my tough royalty check yesterday. It was $5. It was $5. Woo! You guys aren't streaming. You guys aren't streaming Tough 30. You're not streaming Tough 30 enough. But I'm hoping it improves on Paramount. Because mine was the first season on ESPN, and it was the Disney Channel stuff that made it lame, that couldn't be wild, couldn't mess with each other, couldn't do all that. So I'm hoping it improves on Paramount.
Man, $5? I hope you lay that down on a massive parlay and it hits or something. That's crazy. $5. UFC do better. God damn it. That's not even worth the effort it takes to send that check out. Like, you know how many people had to be on payroll to make that $5 check get to you? This is a fucking complete waste of money. All right, I'm going off topic.
Yeah. He was so last year. It was like significant last year, but obviously it was probably more people were streaming it because the tough 30 fighters were actually fighting. I don't know. It was a lot last year. This year, not so much.
Well, I'm glad that you spilled those early beans, folks. If you guys are interested, and maybe I'll probably watch. Like, that's the problem with Tough, is it needs to invoke an emotion. And I only watched the McGregor season after like a long hiatus of not watching them because I just hate watch McGregor. Yeah, I hate watch McGregor. Deal with it. Like, so I don't have anybody to hate. I don't hate Gable. I like him. So maybe I'll watch then. That'll be cool. Tough 35, Tough 34. Bantamweights and strawweights? Probably not. All right. So you're talking about $5 royalties. Well, there's a guy who basically got that. Who am I talking about? Alexei Olenek. I'm gonna share his thing here. Olenek received $250 from the UFC for 2005 of being in the UFC 5 video game. If you didn't know, that's how it works. But his wife took it. She didn't even take half. She took the whole damn thing. She took the whole thing. Like, this guy has had very bad luck with this. He's gotten ran over by his wife. I want to share a comment that I saw online. It was hilarious by Yosuke. His ex-wife be getting advice from Bavol's wife. Demons walk among us. If you guys don't know that inside joke, I'm not gonna take the time to explain it to you, but Bavol's wife is elite as well. They took the Eddie Murphy half joke from the 80s. If you didn't watch Eddie Murphy stand-up, I don't know what's wrong with you. But Olenek has publicly talked about how he's basically poor, how he got pulled, all his money got pulled, and now he can't even get the $250 from a video game, which one, by the way, video game should have probably paid him more than that, but that's a whole nother discussion. But this kind of just goes into like the cautionary tale of the whole entire thing, like how you manage your money. Being a pro athlete doesn't last forever, folks. And like, be careful who you marry. I guess that's like a general fucking advice.
So yeah, this is obviously sad. It's heartbreaking, and I've been around. I've seen a lot, right? Three sport professional athlete. There are two things that I've seen ruin people more than anything.
Tell them.
Alcohol and women. These are the two. These are the two things that I've seen millionaires, multimillionaires, the greatest athletes you've ever seen have been destroyed by these two things. Picking the wrong woman like multiple times. And Alexei, this is so heartbreaking, especially because like this is a like personal, like a little funny story. I don't know, when you fight it, like, because everybody takes the same similar amount of time off, you get on the same like
rotation.
Circuit. You get on the same like circuit. So I fought on every single card. All my fights, Alexei Olenek fought on my same card, and his wife cornered him. And like, my wife was always mad, like, why can't I be in your corner? Like, she's in your corner. All this stuff. It's like, that's why, because you're doing what you're supposed to do. She was not doing what she was supposed to do, and she was just there counting his money.
No kidding, dude. And I don't know all the details and stuff, but it doesn't seem like the classic stuff. It didn't seem like, because he was cheating or anything like that. He just seemed to have gotten cleaned out. So, God bless him. Last I saw him, he was getting detonated in bare knuckle. So not the best. Not the best. Which I guess kind of brings me to like a guy on the opposite side of the spectrum, like maybe like direct opposite side of the spectrum. And who am I talking about? Money Mayweather. And everybody,
I don't know where he's at, dude. I don't know where Mayweather's at. All I hear, so he's made like $1 billion, like not exaggerating, $1 billion. But all I hear is all this money that he owes. All I hear is that he owes every single person money.
Can we go back to like summer '97 and more money, more problems?
Yeah.
You know, no Diddy. Just focus on the Mace verses. Because that's what it is. More money, more problems. You got cash. The vultures come out. Just want to highlight this and shout out to Bodkins. How do you say you're broke without telling me? That's one take. A lot of people are on that. I've seen a lot of people reacting that way. And then he's booked 3 times, dude. He's working overtime.
This is more than he fought when he was boxing.
Yeah,
like
no
3 times
kidding.
in a year.
Yeah, and which is kind of impressive and weird at the same time. I just want to say though, here's where I back up a little bit, because I know where one of his houses are. His house is near my uncle's house. Well, one of his houses. The dude has a lot of real estate. The dude has a car collection. The dude has a jewelry collection.
Yeah.
There's no reports of him selling or any of these assets. So when these people are coming out, oh, he's broke. Okay, let me time out. How many of you guys have ever been a pro athlete? Raise your hand. All right. Then out of that, how many of you guys want to do something that you used to do, but you can't really do, or maybe you're on the verge of not being able to do it for real? Or what if that thing nets you hundreds of millions of dollars? And this is where I go, I don't think he's broke. I think he's looking at himself and going, bro, before I actually can't do this, why not grab a bag? Why not go out there sweat heavy and grab myself a big pile of cash? Why not? It makes sense.
So we got into this last week. I'm such a Mayweather fan, right? I'm such a Mayweather fan. I love Floyd Mayweather because he like popularized, or didn't pop. It wasn't popular, but put out there of like being smart, of fighting intelligently, fighting with your brain. And dude, he is smart. He has a real boxing match. It's a sanctioned real boxing match with Pacquiao coming up at the end of the year, right? And he's going to get 2 practice fights that he gets paid for on the way up to it. And like, I feel like this is just personally for me. I love Mike Zambitas too. I think that I am hype for this fight. I'm hype for him boxing Mike Zambitas.
And that's the thing, is not a nobody. It's not a random person. If you guys are not familiar with kickboxing, like Mike Zambitas was like one of the dudes. Yeah, it's been a while, but it's also been a while for Money May. And so, yeah, it's going to be dope. It's going to be cool. I mean, here's the thing, folks. Like, I feel like a lot of people forget that Tyson did goofy exhibition stuff after his end of his career. Muhammad Ali did goofy exhibition stuff at the end of his career.
Ali fought Inoki in a MMA fight, or a weird rules MMA fight where he had to be on the
mixed
ground
rules.
to kick him.
Yeah. And so, I mean, and then back to the original thing. How many of you guys played sports in school at whatever level? How many times you wish you could go out there and do it again? But he can, and he can get a big, fat paycheck for doing it. Yeah, dude. I'm not buying the he's broke narrative. I think a lot of people are hating, and they're just being weird about it. Yeah.
For all the fighters, we see a bunch of fighters coming back, right? Or staying too long. That's like the negative thing you see about a lot of fighters. Playing sports at a high level is a drug. It's a drug. The adrenaline is a drug. It's addictive. And fighting eclipses all of them, right? I've ran down on kickoff on Monday Night Football in front of 100,000 people, million people watching on TV. Walking out at the apex was a bigger rush than that, and so that's why it's so hard to walk away from it unless you have truly have something to pour your heart into after this career. And lucky for Floyd that I think he wins all 3 of these fights. I think we'll see what happens with Mike. I don't know what's going to happen with Mike, but I think he's definitely going to beat Mike Zambitas, and I think he beats Pacquiao. Like, he's going to win all 3 of these fights. He's going to make a cool $50 million, like maybe more. Who knows?
Probably more. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's it, folks. Like, most of us are willing to work overtime for time and a half of your base pay. This guy's coming out for a little bit of overtime to make millions. I can't stress that enough. I love it though. And the return of Money Mayweather. That's what's up.
And I talked about it last week with Ronda and Gina. I liked it. I like it. I mean, maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm gonna watch, and I think this is sweet. I'm gonna watch every single Floyd Mayweather fight this year. I can promise you that.
Yep. Sign me up too. I'll be right there with you, man. I'm not missing any of those. It's greatness. Why wouldn't you watch it? And like, he still has the hate factor. People still want to see him lose. They want to see him lose that 50-0. They want it real bad, and it ain't gonna happen. All right. I did some pun work here, but a kickboxer gets paid for his glory. See what I did? And his name is Rico Verhoeven. And why am I emphasizing that? Because WBC, you take large sums of money from all your champions. You have a whole press team, and you can't proofread your own shit. You put out a freaking a media release here, and look at the second paragraph, everybody. Focus in. It's Verhoeven? No, not Verhoeven. It's Verhoeven. God damn it. You make a whole big press release about how you basically tripping over your own balls, and you're making up lies, and you're breaking your own rules and concepts to justify this fight with Uysk being for the title. Okay, great. It's your title. Make up whatever bullshit rules you want. You guys are the bullshit title holders of the universe. You guys have been doing it for decades already. I don't care. Like, you don't need to explain to me that a bunch of you guys sat around a super expensive dinner and circle jerked each other to come to the decision the same, and try to justify it like, well, we didn't do it with Francis because Francis is black. Like, why don't you just say it? Because you don't have the balls to. But Rico is white, and these are two white guys, and we'll do it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. So now Rico's in the mix, and you guys want to make this lie, but spell his name. Spell the guy's name correctly. That is so embarrassing, and I can't get over it. I'm gonna hump on the most meany, tiny bullshit fucking thing, and I did it. But there you go. Because I know Rico's big. You're a big fan of Rico, like I am. Yeah. So what are you thinking, man?
We'll definitely spell his name right? Like, because that's what WBC was. They were one of the ones that, like, Terrence Crawford was like, no, I'm not giving you $12 million to be your champ, and that's why he retired. It's like, if you're going to take the $12 million from a fighter when he wins, at least do some proofreading.
Yes, thank you. Also, I love that Turkey Al-Sheikh is in the mix here. Turkey's just making fires everywhere, dude. I'm
confused. I'm so confused about this. Is Turkey not, and maybe I'm wrong, is he not a part of Zuffa boxing? Or is he
he funds Sella, but Sella is just a weapon to decentivize the interest in the belts.
But why is he paying people to fight for the WBC belt then? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Because he wants Riyadh season on everything. Yeah. He wants Riyadh season on everything. That's the whole thing. And how would you take over the game? By appeasing the people on the other side. If you're giving them money on the other side, they're not going to fight you too much while you're secretly subterfuging and circumventing them on the other side. He's attacking from both ways. This is a dude's playing master 3D chess right now.
I guess he's making cool fights. That's all I care about. He's making cool fights. But
I want to bring this back up though. I just want to say, does Turkey have like a globe where he just like spins and then he just lands on like famous places of the world? Because he did a boxing event for no good reason in the middle of Times Square, New York. The middle of Times Square, not like in a building, not nearby, not in one of the famous arenas. No, like in the streets. Very weird. Now he wants to put together Uysk versus Rico at the pyramids, dude. Like the Great Pyramid of Egypt, which is known for zero great fights since like the Egyptians had to fight for their lives. This makes no sense location wise, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the
Yeah.
circus part of it.
Oh, so we should do every title fight should be
Random
on a
location on Earth.
pyramid, just in a random like monument. Like let's have one at the Washington Monument. Let's like just
Yeah.
every single title fight should just be someplace crazy and weird.
You're not going to get me to disagree with that. That's a great idea. It should get weirder. I want this to progressively just get weirder and weirder until we're like in the back alley of a Chuck E. Cheese fighting over something. I don't know. But yeah, dude. I just want to say that I love Rico and I'm super glad that he's getting paid. This is another thing that flies in the UFC's face. They can't close no deals. That's another thing that's going on with them. They can't close no deals because they're not offering the real money. They wanted to offer him chump change to fight Derek Lewis, but now Rico's getting the bag to fight Usyk. And I guess what I'm really trying to get to is when you're the world's greatest kickboxer, arguably maybe the greatest one who ever lived, besides Dennis Alexio, we can argue about this for the rest of our lives. But when you are that guy and you are taking the risk of going into another sport to take an L, going to MMA, which is very difficult to do, and for some money, or going to the boxing ring and get a lot of money. That's the way you sell your name. So congratulations, Mr. Verhoeven. That's how you sell your brand.
One, and Ariel brought this up today. And you have to parse what Ariel says. Like, is he just being a hater right now, or is he like he's the best journalist in the MMA game? But you never know when he's just like hating for no reason. But I think he said today that he's worried about the White House card, about if they can close the deal, if they can close these deals, if they can make John versus Pereira happen, if they can make this card everything that it's been sold to be. Because like Dana, for love him or hate him, he made the fights happen. One way or another. The reason the UFC is what it is today is because the best fought the best. That was MMA's thing, right? The best fought the best. Hunter Campbell's not making that happen, right? He's not getting the best to fight the best. And maybe that's not what he wants. But that for this White House card, right? Like John is not. We've heard about his hip. We've heard about everything. He's not coming out to fight Alex Pereira just for the experience of being in the White House. You're gonna have to pay him,
right? And I think I know the logistics of it. Like you can't run a 13, 15 fight card at the White House. It wouldn't make sense. The people who are in attendance aren't that kind of hardcore fans. They're not even going to be interested. I get it. But when you minimize the card and you shrink it down to 7 fights, now you put all the pressure on those 7 fights better be banger after banger after banger after banger. And I honestly can't assemble 7 UFC bangers.
Yeah. Because
please comment, people, comment. Write 7 UFC bangers that can be made. Don't fucking say Francis, you dickheads. I've seen you guys doing that all over the place. Don't say dumb shit. Guys that are on the roster actually signed that are healthy that can go right now. Make 7 banger fights for me, please. They can't. They cannot. Dude, we got anything else on Rico before we jump to the next one?
Just that I'm excited for this fight for a different reason, right? Like I'm interested to see how it goes. Rico is when Alistair first left the UFC and went back to Glory, he was supposed to fight Rico. So I got to like spend a little bit of time pretending to be Rico. And he's real good at kickboxing, right? His inside low is like how he sets up his entire offense. And I'm sure he knows how to box. But Usyk is like the current number 1 pound for pound. Like I wish he was fighting Francis or
yes,
Anthony Joshua or someone like that. But like you're fighting a boxer, right? And boxing and fighting are different things, right? And you're fighting a guy. He's boxing a guy who knows how to box. So it's going to be Yeah.
at the big boy level too.
He's
The
good.
best
It's
to
going
do
to
it at
be
the big boy level.
interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to me. We're going to tell early. We're going to know early. Oh, Rico can box, or we're going to go. Oh, this is going to be really boring because he can't box.
Yeah, I always think of it like this. Like if he had any kind of weaponry, right? Pick like a helicopter or a fighter jet or a submarine, and then take away half of its weapons. Is it gonna be effective? It doesn't. That's not how it works. All right. Now, this is kind of gonna blend and fall over in different directions for a little bit, but just ride with us. Drop your comments, share your thoughts. Fighters going broke. Do we blame the player or the game? And there's a lot of moving parts in the different scenarios. We already highlighted Olenek. We talked about that scenario, but there's a couple other guys with like Mayweather coming in for the big money. Other guys staying in the game a little too long, perhaps, maybe. Now we got the reintroduction of Benson Henderson. Ben Henderson coming back to fight for PFL. I'm for it. Like, why not? But if you guys haven't seen it, it's going down in Belgium. He's making his return. But he had a full-blown, beautiful send-off. Like, a lot of fighters don't get a farewell fight. They don't get a tribute. They don't get, like, the roses on parade, if you will. And he did. And it's been a while. And so for him to come back really signals, money. Like, needed for the money, need to fight for the money. And that's where things get tricky. I know personal finance is personal finance. Everybody's got to do their own, everybody's got to handle their own stuff. But it's getting kind of curious why so many fighters are like moths to the flame. They keep coming back. And Benson is probably the biggest question mark for me, because it seemed like he had it set up to be gone forever. He seemed okay. I don't know. It's weird to me.
So there's two pieces, right? I just talked about the addiction, right? The addiction to the high of fighting, right? To the high of winning in the cage. That's absolutely something. But yeah, so highlight the 10-7 MMA. You're coming too. Like I'll take all the heat for this. I'll take all the heat for this. Yes, I agree with you 100%. The UFC should pay more, right? But we can sit around all day and whine about what should happen. Walmart should pay more too, mm-hmm. but a lot of people should pay more. But you have to. We're all grown-ups. We're all grown-ups here. You have to do. You have to make intelligent choices and do what's best for you, and take care of yourself. Take care of your money. I got into a huge argument on X. I'm gonna get off X. Stop paying for this blue check mark. We get out. I got on a huge check mark because I was talking about money, and everyone's like, "You're broke. You're broke. You're broke." It's like, I make a great living, and I'm doing average at fighting right now. But I'm not an idiot with my money, and I know dudes who make way more than me that are like borrowing money from their managers in the lead ups to their fight, because they're horrible with their money, right? Yeah. They're going on. It doesn't matter what you make; it matters what you spend, right? And we can do a finance show next, but it's like what the UFC pays is actually irrelevant. Yes, they don't pay. They pay 13% of what they make. So, right?
You agreed to it, right?
Oh yeah. They didn't. They actually pay you more than what you signed for, right? What kind of business does that? You sign a piece of paper that says you get this amount of money, and then you get more than that sometimes. And I know that's not popular. It's not popular to say that, to take some personal responsibility about your money.
No, but it's the truth. And to the haters and the weirdos online, the online tough guys that want to say stupid, crazy shit, it's like, yeah, dude, well, guess what? I also make what you have to work 9 to 12 months for me to make in 5 minutes. So whatevers. We're both not rich, but I have it easier. Dude, I just want to say that I don't like the fighters with the sad stories, or maybe not the sad story. That's not what I'm trying to say. I don't like it if they're gonna come out and just get sacrificed. And I hate to say that, but that is the setup for Ben Henderson right now. He's going against a young, undefeated stud, and they're pulling him out to get ran over. They're not pulling him out to build Benson's comeback tour.
This is what I hate. This is 100%. That's what I hate. I want to see Floyd box Mike Zerbitas. I want to see Ronda fight Gina. I don't want to see Benson fight the number one guy in the PFL right now.
Right. And that's where it gets kind of like I don't know, not feeling that. I just want to say, you know, fighters and athletes and people in general, like, life is long and short at the same time. Take care of yourself, take care of your money. Gotta protect yourself. Like, literally, like I said, protect yourself at all times. That means your wallet.
Yeah.
That also means your bank account.
Here's a piece to, like, people don't, there's so much about it, right? The people who are willing to get in their underwear and fight in a cage, right, usually don't make the best life decisions. So it's like that's just what happens. That's just what happens. The UFC could be paying $1 billion per fight, $1 million minimum. These dudes would still be wasting it.
Yeah. No, that's that. You can fill up a bucket as much as you want, but if there's holes in your bucket, it's gonna fall right out. UFC gives them a platform and audience to earn more. So while they don't pay well, they give you the opportunity to build a following to earn more. And if you're smart about it, and like Zac said, there's bonuses, discretionary bonuses. There's like we talked about,
well, in one
residuals. There's also your clothing kit. You know, there's multiple bonuses. Like, there's more than just what you sign for. Like, everybody rags on 12 and 12, but there's more than that.
This comment. So Monica, I'm just going to call you Monica. I don't know if it's something else, but Monica, the reason that I make what I'm able to make and ask for now is because I was in the UFC and because I was on Tough. That's 100%. 100. That's it. And then I have to be smart with that money, but it's and do things like this podcast, right? This, all 25 of you watching right now, right? Doing things like this is because of the UFC. Is yes. And I made more than 12 and 12 because I was on Tough, but there's ways to do it. I don't want to like go on a huge hour-long rant about.
We'll do that next time. Everybody. Yeah, we can do the how to survive as a pro athlete.
I'm not a Dana stan, right? I'm not a big supporter of Dana. Oh, everything he says is right. It shouldn't be this way, but what he says is real. Fighting is an opportunity. It's not a job. You don't clock in. It's an opportunity. And I'm not saying that that's how it should be. That's how it is, though.
Damn right. All right. Well, this is another one that connects to you because he's one of your favorite fighters. Yeah. And I just got to get, we give love to all the combat sports as best we can. One championship coming out with a notice saying that Jonathan Haggerty and Yuki Yoza getting down for the title. I know you love Yoza. For those of you that don't know, then you just added some knowledge about Zac, some personal knowledge. He loves him. The dude doesn't wrap his hands, which is crazy, which is like against like all common knowledge, but it works for him. So something's going good. And yeah, man, how excited on a scale of 1 to 10 are you for this fight?
So I'm super excited because I think Yuki is the best striker alive right now. Purely striking, I think he's the best striker alive right now. And Haggerty is he's a good test. He's really good. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Haggerty. He is very, very good and has had a lot of success. But when he's fought the top ties, right, he's beaten, you know, all the people on the UK scene. He was the champion at one, but he fought Rodtang, he fought Superlek, and they both like dumpstered him, right? KO'd him with relative ease. And Yuki just beat right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like
when he's touched the top, when he's touched the tippy top, right, which are the ties, he's had struggled. And Yuki just beat Superleg. So in kickboxing, right? Haggerty lost to him in Muay Thai. So we're gonna see. It's a great fight, and I'm into. You guys are trying to lower. I'm so into not just Yuki Yokozuka, the whole team, Team Basilius, that Japanese team that they just all spar like maniacs. They all just knock each other out. It's like old school. The Brazilian team that Vanderlei and all of them.
Shoot the box.
It's like old school shoot the box where they just fight. They just fight each other every single day, and I love it.
And there is benefits to that. It's proven to be a winning formula to a certain point. It doesn't give you longevity,
no,
but it makes you badass for a certain period of time. That is for sure. Yeah. So shout out to those fight announcements. We kind of went over the Ben Henderson one, but there's one more, and just because I'm a sucker, and I'm okay. Everybody knows I'm a day one UFC fan, but I'm also simultaneously an MMA fan, and those two things should not like fight each other. I don't think the UFC shouldn't be so great that it stifles MMA. It should be all good. I wish I had a better, more elaborate way of explaining that, but it should be all good.
It should be all good.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, the return of the PFL question mark, because they never really came, GFL, excuse me, the GFL, they never really arrived, so they couldn't really come back. So you don't call it a comeback. Shout out LL. But they put out this very interesting thing, you know, we're reformatting, blah, blah, blah. I'm paraphrasing. We'll start a new foundation. We'll start with people. Because we don't have robots. So you probably have to start with people. Look who's on this list. Benson Henderson, again. He's an advisor. Tyron Woodley, who should probably not be fighting anymore. You've seen his last fight in boxing. Is probably not a good thing. Alima Leigh McFarland, shout out, sister. Good to see you on that list. But I'm just like, hey, the more leagues there are, the more people are bidding for services. The more bidding of services leads to higher wages for fighters. This is why boxers get paid more. Everybody's like, why do boxers get paid more? They get paid more because there's more entities bidding for services. So the more there is, everybody's like, oh, fuck them, blah, 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 blah. Well, by doing that, you're hurting the fighters. And if you guys haven't noticed, there's more fighters on the planet than there are fight opportunities. So you got all these fighters, and there's nowhere for them to work. So the more, the better, and it's a good thing. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I'm going to be hopeful. So I know you were in the, let's just call it the rigmarole draft of the GFL. But what's your thoughts of them of trying to get right and trying to get together again?
So you're correct, right? You're not wrong about anything that you said. It's like, look at what Zuffa Boxing has done to the landscape of boxing, right? It's got their guys are paying now for all this stuff. More leagues, more legitimate leagues is better. I want the GFL to do good, but it's like they should have changed their name. They should have rebranded. Yeah. And like you said, I was on the fighter side on the last run, and like I should have been. The contract should have been a red flag. I haven't seen I have no idea what they're offering people now. But what they were offering people on that last deal was insane. The money that they were offering was bananas. And I want them to be something. I want them to be good. I want some competition for the UFC, but even competition is probably not even the right word. I want some place for fighters to go if they're not in the UFC.
Yes,
but it's got to be legit. And I have no faith or trust in the GFL. They're complete circus, right? They're just trying to get that Like, thank God for the fighters that this happened before the fight. They were trying to get that one fight out there, sell the league, and then disappear with all the money, is what they were trying to do.
Yeah, no shit. And I guess, just talking about, I'll say it in a different way, that the sport of MMA is still precious to me, and it's the most important thing overall. And so if MMA does well, it's better for all fighters involved. If it's just the UFC, you guys see what happens. There's no incentive for them to do better. They can run the same shitty shit. They can do fighters dirty. They can cut ranked fighters whenever they get pissy at them. Um, they can they can just do whatever. There's no alternative. So as once again, as just looking for the betterment of the fighters in general, more places to work. And MMA is awesome. Fighting is awesome. Good fighting is happening all over this planet. It doesn't matter the brand. It doesn't matter the nation or location. Good fights are happening everywhere, and that's to me why I've been a lifelong fan of the sport. I want to continue seeing that. My man, we covered a lot of stuff. Is there anything, and people commenting, drop a topic if you have something that you want us to cover real quick before we go our separate ways. But my dude, is there anything we want to revisit or bring up before we close up shop?
Just in general, there's, dude, you're right. There was a lot to talk about. And just in general, MMA is in this weird place. Like, I don't know if we're in like a growing time or like a shrinking time is not the right word. Something's happening, like where something's about to happen. And either UFC is just going to take over everything, or MVP and Netflix is gonna rise up, or the GFL's gonna launch. Like, who knows? But this is the last two shows. We've had too much to talk about. Like in fighting in general, not just MMA. This is a crazy era of fighting to be a part of.
It is, and it's a wonderful time with the hybrid rule sets taking off and doing well. I love bare knuckle. I'm a bare knuckle fanatic. If you guys aren't watching that, check it out. If you guys didn't catch Combate Global this past Thursday, it's on YouTube. Go check it out. I already gave you the promo in the beginning of the show. 8 alumni made it onto the UFC's card last time. Go see some people get beat up. It was awesome. And thank you guys for spending your time with us. You know what it is? Help us out. Subscribe, like, do the shit. Do all the YouTube shit. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just say it like that. Just do it. Help us out. Mondays, 7:00 Pacific time. Figure it out in your own time zone. I don't know where you live. Join us. Share your thoughts. DM us. See our tags right there. Hit us up during the week with questions or topics you want us to tackle or bring up or whatever. We're here to talk with you guys. Me and Zach love talking with each other. We want to talk with you guys. Bring it up. So, it's been a good time. We'll see you next time. But in the meantime, stay fully hydrated. All right.